Joseph, how are you going? He's he's having trouble with the audio. Joseph, can you hear us? Try to try to talk.
Good morning, teacher. Everything
Good
okay?
morning.
Here.
Excellent, excellent. We are glad that you have joined this meeting. How many? Okay, over there is Jessica, Joseph, Johan. Who else is connected?
Edwin,
Gabriela.
Edwin Martinez.
Perfect. There should be 6 participants because, as you know, this is a debate and we should have equal numbers in both teams. So the idea is to have a balanced debate in all the sense, right? In all the sense. So I want to share my screen because I want to give you a guidelines. So over the format and okay. Jessica, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
That's good, thank you. Well, to start, for me, it's an honor to proceed this debate. As you know, this is the realization of a dream that is intended to come true. This is a joint effort by the university and a student for the last semester to create a controlled environment where you can put in practice your skills. This debate is intended for you to gain confidence, to improve your speaking capabilities, and much more. So a debate is a good start because it lets you put all your effort, all what you are. I mean, you put your mind, your culture, your background. So that's why this exercise is so important. This is kind of what the agenda for this debate is going to be. So each one of you is going to introduce yourself. You have 1 minute to introduce yourself. So try to be short. Then in a second round, we are going to, each one of you, each one according is going to have 2 minutes long to express their comments about the video. Learning a language before you study it, right? Your impressions. So in a third phase, we are going to divide. We are going to select and choose the participants, right? After that, I'm going to give you the guidelines, the score criteria. What am I going to have present to score you? What else I'm missing? In the fifth phase, we are going to have the debate, right? Try to mute your microphone, to your phones, your mobile phones. I have to say that you are not allowed to abandon or to quit any arguments if any person of the counterpart asks you a question, you are ought to respond, right? Do not quit or reject any response. And finally, in the sixth place, we are going to have a concluding words, right? A takeaway ideas. Each one of you is going to summarize in a brief interview what are your impression of this exercise. As you know, this is an academic exercise that pretends to allow you gain more confidence when speaking. So I have the order in that you register. let me see, to see the order. Okay, Gabriela, then comes Jose, after Jose, Johan, then Jessica, Edwin, and who's the last that do not appear in this? Who's in that is not in this line, in this list? Give me a second.
I think it's nobody tutor.
Yeah, but there should be 6 participants over here. So I have registered Gabriela, Jose, Johan, Jessica, and Edwin. Who is in that I didn't mention?
I don't know. I saw yesterday the names, but I don't remember the number 6, sorry.
Okay, let me see here.
Teacher, what I can see right now is that we are 6, but you are one of us. So we are only 5 students doing the debate.
No, there should be six participants. I'm the spokesperson, the person that is going to drive the session. I have here Joanny Vargas Barrera. Let's see if we try to add her. Maybe she's trying to get inside this conversation. Well, let's begin. Let's start with Jessica.
Tell me?
Yeah, introduce yourself, please. You have 1 minute. Give me a second. I'm going to try to.
Okay, thank you. Hello, classmates and tutor. My name is Jessica Ortega. I was born in San Agustin, Huila, but I am living here in Cali for 3 or 4 years. I think I am doing a degree in English as a foreign language at UNAD. I am in a 10th semester, and about me, I work in a beauty salon for 3 years too, and actually, presently, I am doing my practical observations for pedagogical experience 1, and finally, it's a pleasure to be with you. I am 4 years old, and I think that's all, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, Jessica.
Okay.
Who comes? Johan, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Can you hear me, teacher, partners?
Perfect. Your sounds is good.
All right. Good morning, dear tutor and partners. My name is Johan Sebastián Argote Pineda. I was born on April 17 in 1999. I'm from Bogota, but I live in Pitalito, Huila. I am 21 years old. I dedicate for now. I live with my parents. I don't have siblings. I don't work, but I am studying. I studied the bachelor's degree in English as a foreign language. I go to the 8th semester, but my hobbies, I listen to music in English, watch TV, share with my family. I love to cook. I love it. I like to the exercise. But no more. Thank you.
Thanks, Johan. A very complete idea of you. Let's hear now Joseph. Joseph, please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, classmates. My name is Jose Albeiro Haspi. I am studying bachelor degree teaching in English at foreign language, and I am doing 8th semester. But I'm married. I have 2 children. Actually, I live in Soledad, but I'm from Barranquilla, Atlántico. And I'm very happy to sharing with you. And I wanted to share my daily debate with you and to sharing my ideas. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is from us, Joseph.
Thank you.
Edwin, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you. And you? You hear me?
Yeah. Let us please hear your voice. Share your background. Go ahead.
Okay, teacher, my name is Edwin Alexander Martinez. I am 36 years old and married, and I have 2 daughters. They live in Tunja, but I'm working in Medellin. I work as a police officer since 2003. I've been working as a police officer for 17 years. I like to spend time with my family. I'm on 9th semester, a bachelor in English as a foreign language. I like to go to see movies and play some sports. I like to listen music, watch TV series, and learn day by day anymore in English lessons.
Well, my pleasure. My pleasure, Edwin. Thank you. That was very complete. Who left?
Gabriela.
Gabriela, please. Your turn.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Like I said before, I'm Gabriela Teres Delgado. I'm 27 years old. I live in Bucaramanga, but 1.5 years ago, I came to Arizona. So I am currently living in the United States. I worked as an English teacher for 3 years, and I think that was a really great opportunity to improve my speaking skills. And since I've been living here with an American family and hanging out with native people, I would say that I've improved a lot my English as well. I'm really excited about the debate today. I would say this is a really interesting topic, especially as a teacher and as a learner of a second language. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you, Gabriela. We have over here. Could you please introduce yourself? Yeah, your sound is mute. Your sound is mute. Try to unmute your microphone.
With me, teacher?
Yeah, much better.
All right. Good morning, classmate and teacher. My name is Joanny Vargas, student licensed in language foreign in UNAV. And 8 semester. I
Excuse
like
me,
English.
excuse me. Could you please repeat your name one more time?
8 semester.
Excuse me, your name. Could you please repeat your name?
Giovanni Vargas.
Good, go ahead.
All right. I like study English in my free time because my work is very difficult for study because we must learn in other situation as a right liar, and this is difficult. And my free time, I like listen music for learn better the English. I I live in San Joaquin, but I'm from Santander and town Curitiba. This is my information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, back to you, Joan. Well, let's back to our slides. Now, in the second round, we are going to have a second intervention by you. This second round is intended for you to explain the video of learning a language before you study it, but with your own words. So we are trying to maintain the same order that you intervened in the first round. So in that case, we are going to start with Jessica. Wait a second, Jessica. I want to make a pause to give you some instructions about this. This is kind of what this debate is going to be like, or the format. We need to have 6 participants. We divide them, right? And from each team, we take one person, a spokesperson, a spokes leader. This person is going to represent the major idea. People in favor and people against of learning English as a second language, right? That person is not going to be alone. His backup is going to be a compound of 2 other members of the team, which is going to prepare strategies and build up ideas, trying to destroy the other team's ideas. It doesn't matter what idea you support, if you are against or you are in favor. Remember, sometimes things becomes difficult, but the idea of this is that you can make use of the language to defend your position no matter what, right? So in that order, you are going to be identified well with idea that is in favor or an idea that is against. So each person from each team have to prepare 2 questions for the people of the other team related to the video and also related to his intervention, right? Not only about the video, but what the person says. So if the person show any that he's in favor of the idea of Steve Kaufman, for example, and you want to reject, you refute what he or she said, you are in your right to do it, right? So you can immediately try to intervene that person. And the same stands for the other team. We are going to try to be in this debate like a natural conversation, like gossiping, as you see in the video. This is going to be like the score. Okay, you were informed by your tutor that this debate is going to have 80 points, right? So if you sum up these numbers, it gives you 100%. We just subtract 2 points and you got your note or your grade. Arguments, content, reputation, teamwork, and style. Right? So Let's back to Jessica. Jessica, you are going to have 2 minutes long or less. That depends on your intervention to give your overall idea of the video. Please go ahead.
First, can you hear me?
Yes, good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, the video is about a man. He's talking about how we are learning a language. For example, he suggests that it's really important to learn a language before studying. And he gives some reasons like this. For example, we can learn something about so we can learn something when we are not in the context, when we didn't know, when we don't know about the culture, about words, vocabulary, grammar rules, for example. And he said that it's really important to have a previous knowledge about that, because we can understand, or we can see sense in things that we never have, that sorry things that we have never learned. For example, he said that he was in a class by radio, and he was listening about Russian English class, forgive me, and he said that someone didn't understand what he or she is talking about, because we use, for example, words depending of the context, and we have to know about letters or vowels, for example, to know how to pronounce that, on where is correct to say it in this way, or when is correct to say it in other way. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's hear now Johan. Johan, please share your ideas about the video.
Yes, teacher. The topic in the video is interesting, but the man is explain the topic is true. Is the many problems? Is the group problems? In this case, the students teacher, because for the students, I many difficulties for pronunciation, vocabulary. Important is grammar. All right. The man explain for recalcar. All right. Continue. Explain for the different examples. For example, learn the language Russian, Korean, Portuguese. In this moment, English. In this moment, in English, is the learning the word. How many students? Many. For example, many students present problems to pronounce the letter. For example, the main explanation the letter zeta, and man, I do not pronounce. How do you pronounce the zeta? The
That's
teachers,
right.
the teacher is the zera, no z.
Well, thank
All
you,
right.
Johan. We need to be conduct our time. I'm going to give you the opportunity to Joseph Albeiro. Please, Joseph.
So, okay, but the video of Mr. Kautzman talking about grammar root, the important how we should deal with them, and constant debate in language learning. Some people say the grammar is a waste of time, but the Kaufman are focusing on the don't use the grammar and vocabulary. Why you can immerse in the experience first, because he gives some examples with the Chinese culture, but he lives a long time in another country, but he can listen to the videos and when he drive car, but he focusing in conscious grammatical rules, and that's real.
Thanks.
Real.
I think it's now the chance for Edwin Alexander. Edwin, please go
teacher.
ahead. Let us
Okay,
hear your
teacher.
voice
Yeah.
and your impression about the videos.
Yeah, teacher. Can you hear me?
Your sound is good. You sound perfect.
Okay, teacher. Okay. Yeah, my opinion about the video is that it's according to. In one occasion, Stephen Krashen says about the comprehensible input. It's a way to acquire a language by ourselves, because we are in a background of a foreign language. Day by day, our brain picks up some new pieces of language. The objective is not to be a native or sounds like a native speaker, but also is acquire the language in a natural approach, in a natural form. We study grammar rules, but could be confused at the start work with the same time with study. For example, we try to speak about I don't know, verb be, verb to be. But if never we are immersed in a language, we can understand it in the correct way. I think so.
Thanks, Edwin. That was very interesting comment. Let's hear now Gabriela. I know Gabriela has some also important words to share with us. Please, Gabriela, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. About the video, he was talking about how important it is to have contact with the language before you start to study the grammar rules, and I do agree with him as a learner and as a teacher, because when you kind of have an idea about some sentences and about some vocabulary, it's going to be easier for you to include it in your daily routine. He was saying that it's easier for you to get information of the language and then start to study, but at the same time I would say it is important to do the two things at the same time. Experience the language, have contact with the language, or if you have the opportunity to be in contact with the culture as well, do it, but also study grammar and get more vocabulary, because being Colombian and being right now in United States, I would say we are, or the English I learned was more about grammar and more about let's do sheets and let's do activities, and my speaking skills weren't the best ones when I got here. So I agree with him about it is important to have an idea about before you start to study it, but I also think that we should do both things at the same time, and in this way we are really prepared to start speaking the language. I also like when he said that it is not important your pronunciation and your accent. Which is important is that you can communicate and you are learning and enjoying the other language, and I do agree about it, because we all have an accent when we speak English because we are not native people. So the accent shouldn't be a problem, and I'm talking about my experience. For some people the accent is kind of like a
thank you.
Thank you.
That was an excellent explanation. I do want to hear now Giovanni.
Hey,
Please, Giovanni, you have the word. Are you over there?
Yes.
Please
Very
share with us your
well.
impression about the video. We are willing to hear your voice. Go ahead.
Video talk about the behavior in the main talk about behavior in the learn English. He is a problem in the study in the normal study. The growth students had a problem with our rote grammar. In the study hand, the man talk about some problems was a cultural some reasons, and this is used some ways to learn. He said that it's necessary uplift some activity for uplift this knowledge and learn more about study. Activities talk about natural forms, telling all sports. And sometimes it's necessary include experience for to get this behavior. The purpose, or in my opinion, is explain how we can do a good pronunciation with experience in the area, the English, in the correct for the grammar.
Thank you. Thank you, Annie.
All right, teacher.
Well, guys, I want to emphasize in how this is going to take place. As you know, we won't have any audience over here more than me. I'm going to be the chairperson, but I'm going to be backstage just watching you. So is it clear how is the dynamic of this debate, everybody? Is it clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
Right? So,
Yes, it is.
give me a second. Okay. Well, we are going to have two teams. The first team, home team, okay? The team that is going to be against learning a language as a second, learn a language before you study it is Joanny Vargas, right? Gabriela Telles, right? And Joan Sebastian. That is the team that is going to be against learning a language before you study it. The rest is going to belong to the people that is going to be in favor of learning a language before study it. Right? So that thing is confirmed by Edwin, Jessica, and Joseph Albeiro. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The first thing is a favor in the topic.
The first team is against learning a language before study it.
Pro, teacher? Pro?
Johan, you are in against learning a language, and your partner is Gabriela and Joanny, right? Gabriela and Joanny.
Yes, I got it.
Jessica is going to work in conjunction with Joseph and Edwin. Is that clear?
Yes, teacher. Yeah.
The leader voice of the pro team is going to be Jessica. she's going to be the leader voice, the spokesperson. She's the one who is going to explain the core idea behind your thesis. And the leader person in the con team is going to be Gabriela. Gabriela?
All right, I got it. Thank
Good.
you.
So this is what we are going to do now. You are going to have about 10 to 12 minutes, right? To gather evidence, to build up your arguments, to destroy the other team. So, the pro team, where is Jessica, is going to stay in this code. While that happened, Gabriela, Joanny, and Johan needs to abandon this phone call. Try to join outside this meeting. Build up your arguments. Build up your strategies. After time is over, after 10 to 12 minutes, you come back to this session again, you come back to the call, and we start the debate.
All right, sounds good.
Right? Even me
All
is
right.
going to leave for a while, and I'm going to the pro team that is going to stay in the line because we are recording and we need to keep on with the recording. So that's why they are going to stay in this phone call. The other team abandon for a while, for a gap of 10 to 12 minutes, time enough for you to build up your arguments and to create a solid strategy. So, goodbye and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, guys.
Okay.
Okay, can you
Okay,
remember,
our
please?
boss leader.
Sorry, can you repeat your name, please, about our team? I don't remember very well. Sorry.
Edwin Martinez. Edwin Martinez.
Edwin and
José,
Jose.
José, ¿sí me escuchas bien?
Sí. Okay, teachers. Sorry, when teachers is good. I'm going.
Frozen.
Yes. Problem is the connection.
Vamos.
Partners, I didn't hear you. I can hear you, my partner.
Slow connection.
What, partner? Can you hit me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. My partner Jessica is gone. It's on.
This is my ground. We need doing some coordination for is all about games about topic.
Yeah.
You think the pro contain the topic? Pro contain.
El compañero Giovanni tiene que salir de la llamada y reunirse con los otros.
Okay.
¿Cómo así? ¿Tenemos que salirnos de aquí?
Jessica.
Solo los que nombró el teacher, los del CON, el grupo de CON. Que va en contra.
Ah, ok.
¿Usted está conmigo?
Yo estoy con Jessica y José, creo, si no estoy mal.
Edwin, ahí habla Edwin.
Sí, sí, yo soy Edwin, yo soy.
Está listo. Edwin,
Ahí
Jessica.
encontré my partner también. Yo tengo que salir, ¿cierto? Claro.
Joan, Gabriela y yo. Joanis, Gabriela y Johan en el primer equipo.
Ok,
En el equipo de Conch.
ok.
¿Dónde estará el link? ¿Esperar que lo llamen nuevamente?
Voy a salir.
Jessica Ortega. Jessica Ortega. Hola. No, hay que aceptarla.
Ok. Ya vuelvo. I'll be back, partners.
No problema. Jessica.
Cargador.
Jessica, what's wrong with you?
Ay,
Jessica.
¿pueden escucharme?
Sí.
Yeah, Jessica.
Qué pena. Chicos, bueno, vamos a hablar en español como para tener más claras las ideas, ¿no?
Sí.
Primero, yo estoy un poquito confundida. Nosotros vamos a defender el tema. Estudiar... ¿Cómo?
Sí, sí, así es.
Vamos a defender el video, mejor dicho, ¿cierto?
Yes.
Sí.
Yo entendí que en contra, yo le pregunté y dijo que...
Entonces, si nosotros vamos a defender el video y soy yo quien va pues como a hablar, me gustaría que me dieran el argumento más fuerte que tiene cada uno.
Claro que sí.
Entonces los escucho.
¿Comienza Edwin o comienzo yo?
Cualquiera.
Hágale, compañero.
Dale, Edwin. Gracias, Edwin. Bueno, yo estuve viendo el video. La verdad que el señor Kaufman, que es políglota, habla 20 lenguas, bueno, bla, 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 bla. Él habla sobre que nosotros debemos enfocarnos en la experiencia, por ejemplo, de escuchar sonidos, como ver videos, ver películas. Él dice que aprender la gramática, primeramente, estamos cometiendo un error. Él dice que debemos sumergirnos en el lenguaje por medio del contexto, más no aprender gramática o vocabulario, que es lo que hacen los colegios hoy en día, nowadays. Y él dice que debemos practicar donde nosotros estemos. Él dice que manejando un carro, y él duró 3 años en no sé qué lado, en China, en Japón, entonces él siempre practicaba así, por medio de los sonidos, por medio de la fonética. También creo que Edwin habló sobre el incomprensible impro. ¿Fuiste tú? No.
¿Acerca de qué?
Del
Yo fui el que hablé de eso.
y super.
Comprehensive, por ejemplo.
Sí.
Eso va muy acorde a lo que... a esas
Exactamente, sí.
ideas.
Sí, tienes toda la razón. Y el cual él provee la base de datos de palabras y las frases, y te da experiencia para un nuevo lenguaje.
Listo, perdón que te
Entonces,
interrumpa.
no hay
Entonces,
problema.
bueno, primero que todo yo voy a decir como que inmersión in the context,
Exactamente.
immersion in the culture and the language.
Very good.
Y porfa, dame ahora un poco más concreta la idea que me dijiste de la base de lenguaje, ¿cómo dijiste ahora?
La base del lenguaje,
Que me dijiste que era como la base de todo.
el
¿Cómo?
comprensible input, ese es el argumento.
Listo.
El argumento de nosotros, el argumento, nos basamos en la teoría de Stephen Krashen, de comprensible input, que dijo Edwin también, que también ya veo que la conoce, escuché, y es sumergirnos en el lenguaje. Y la gramática ya nos provee un punto de referencia, que es lo que dice Kaufman en el video. Y la gramática nos dirige, o sea, nos influye a crear nuestro propio lenguaje, con todas las dificultades, antes de absorberlo.
Listo. Entonces,
Sí, es como adquirir el lenguaje, como una forma de adquirirlo, es también una forma de aprenderlo. Digo, pues en ese sentido. Y pues, según las partes que dice él en el video, es que el estudio deliberado o de pronto estudio de gramática deliberadamente, pues puede ser contraproducente porque pues tiende a confundir. Entonces, mientras estamos inmersos en el idioma, mientras estamos ahí observando, escuchando más que todo, podemos asimilar la forma en que se puede hablar correctamente, sin necesidad de acudir a la gramática o a otras cosas que pues de pronto en el momento pueden ser confusas y que el subject va primero, que subject más verb, base verb y toda la cosa. Entonces, ahí va como a confundir el aprendiz.
bueno,
Cierto
chicos,
modo, pues.
entonces, en el momento, bueno, primero voy a decir que la inmersión en el lenguaje, en la cultura, en el contexto, independientemente de las cosas que hagamos, si estamos trabajando, si estamos incluso estudiando. Luego voy a hablar sobre la entrada incomprehensible input, que es como estar en contacto, en un contacto constante. Y voy a explicar que la gramática es importante, pero que puede venir después. Incluso después de un tiempo, la gramática puede hacer que el lenguaje sea más natural. Bueno, listo. La tercera es, me gustó la idea de que mucha gramática confunde. Entonces, eso puede ser como una de las razones por las cuales muchas personas dejan de aprender inglés. Bueno. ¿Otra idea para añadir?
La adquisición del lenguaje es un proceso subconsciente. Cuando al final del video Kaufman habla sobre el hipocampus, él menciona el hipocampus y que todas las ideas se ubican en cualquier parte del cerebro y habla sobre y entra por el hipocampo. Entonces estamos adquiriendo el lenguaje subconscientemente, no nos estamos dando cuenta, solamente está ahí. Y cuando llega el momento, lo producimos, que es oral language. Entonces él está utilizando como un método audiolingual.
Exacto, sí, lo que yo decía,
entonces
exactamente.
Sería,
sí.
chicos, la adquisición del lenguaje es un proceso inconsciente y voy a poner el ejemplo de los niños. Cuando los niños nacen, ellos no tienen no tienen gramáticas, bases gramaticales, nada por el estilo. Ellos simplemente lo adquieren en la interacción con sus padres, en la interacción con su familia.
Yo diría que es como asociar todo el lenguaje del inglés a la vida real, al diario vivir. Eso es lo...
Exactamente.
Chicos, pues yo creo que tenemos buenos argumentos, buenas ideas. Yo voy a hacer lo mejor que pueda, porque pues yo estuve viendo y la chica, la líder del otro grupo, evidentemente tiene mucho, tiene mucho lenguaje, vocabulario.
Ella es una profe infiltrada, ella es una profesora infiltrada.
yo soy una estudiante en proceso, bueno, pueden
Sí,
sin
we are.
subestimarme ni nada, pero pues voy a tratar de hacerlo mejor.
No, nosotros podemos.
Sí,
Muy bien, no. Y un consejo para todos, muchachos, un consejo para todos, no, o sea, cada cual va a su ritmo y cada cual aprende a su ritmo, entonces no digamos, uy, este sabe más,
Sí.
uy, no, me siento
Sí,
mal
sí,
por
sí,
él.
sí.
No,
Exacto.
cada cual tenemos nuestras capacidades y nuestro ritmo, entonces pues no afanarnos y no compararnos porque pues de pronto que nos creamos como
Sí.
ansiedades y eso, entonces no,
Es-
Sí.
cada cual a su paso y ya, eso es
Claro.
como lo...
Bueno, permítanme un momento. Vayan pensando en qué otra cosita.
Muchacho,
Bueno,
pero
entonces para recapitular, compañeros, para recapitular, el grupo está conformado por ¿quién? Jessica, mi persona, ¿y quién es el otro compañero?
José
Joan,
Haspi.
Entonces,
José.
José, ¿quién es mi persona? ¿Recuerdan su nombre?
Edwin Martínez, uno, y José, creo que es
Ajá.
el otro
Sí,
integrante.
Joan,
Haspi,
Joan,
José. Otro
Listo.
muchacho.
Edwin, José y Jessica.
Eso es, listo.
Listo, bueno.
Edwin.
Bueno, compañeros.
Vean,
Por ahí
les
está
voy a
hablando
dar-
otra persona.
¿Quién? No
Sí,
creo
escucho otra
porque
voz.
ya serían muchos. ¿No?
O sea, ¿yo sobro acá o qué? Yo estoy acá ya de rato.
Sí, sí,
Joan,
escucha. ¿Bien?
Uy,
¿Quién
parcero, ¿cómo
es?
así?
¿Quién?
Yes,
Joan,
¿Quién es
hola.
el que dijo que sobra?
Está contigo.
Chicos, ustedes se suponían que tenían que colgar el otro
Sí,
grupo.
yo
Sí, según las
colgué,
instrucciones.
O sea que
hablé con
Me
escucharon
escuchó la
todo lo que
teacher.
nosotros hablamos.
No.
No.
Yo me comuniqué con Johan y con
Sí.
el otro Johan, pero el otro Johan no contestó y parece que ese Johan se quedó en esta videollamada. Pero nosotros con Johan Sebastián sí nos organizamos.
Sí,
¿Me
claro.
escucharon?
No, para nada, no.
No escuchamos nada. Pues decía, por ejemplo,
Ok, ok.
muchachos,
Tenemos una espía.
compañeros, tranquilos. Ahí decía que el profe Carlos estaba grabando, pero obviamente estamos en otra llamada. Obviamente esta se pausaba, no pasaba nada.
Sí.
Bueno,
Muy bien.
Sí, tranquilo. ¿Ustedes escucharon lo que hablamos? No.
Ay,
¿qué tal?
Bueno, no nos
Time is
asusten.
over.
Lo
Time
que
is
me
over.
preocupa,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, teacher, I do have a question. So, Johan didn't join the meeting with the other Johan and me, so I am really confused about his participation. I'm concerned about it. I don't know how that's going to work.
But he abandoned completely the activity. Where did he go? He was supposed
I
to
don't
work
know.
in conjunction with you.
I know, but maybe the instruction wasn't clear for him. I mean, I talked to Johan and I also called him, but I think maybe he just stayed here and he was kind of confused. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like just to know who is going to work with him.
Bueno, chicos.
Jessica.
Well, guys, rest to say that you must, during this debate, have the opportunity. You should have the opportunity to make a question to the other team, but at the same time, respond a question from the other team, right? Each participant should have that opportunity.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so without more to say, let's start with the pro team. Jessica, you have the word.
Okay. Can you remember, please, the time, teacher?
Yeah, let's see our slide. It says, let's say you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So this is our point of view. We think that it's really important to be in contact, to have an immersion in the context, culture, and custom of the language. And for example, we are defending the point of, for example, children, where when they are growing up, they don't know about grammatical rules. They don't have knowledge about vocabulary, and they learn to speak English or Spanish, for example. And this is because this is an unconscious process, how our brain is acquiring always the language, because it's different to acquisition and learning. This is a different thing. Of course, it's important to highlight too that we need to comprehensible input that is necessary to be able to communicate. Another thing that we are thinking about is that sometimes a lot of grammatical rules, a vocabulary or a structure study could be unnecessary and could be confused for learners, for example. And it's important to know too that we have to be always practicing and interacting with the language. For example, when we are working, when we are studying, when we are eating or something like that. And we think that it's really important to have a previous knowledge, to have a base to communicate, to learn, because it could be a difficult process if we don't have previous knowledge or a little knowledge about language. That's all.
Thanks, Jessica. Let's hear now Gabriela.
Okay, in our opinion, we disagree about being in contact with the language is the most important when you want to speak a second language. Let's remember that the main idea or the goal we all want when we are learning a second language is that we want to communicate. So to communicate, it is important to know grammar rules. It is important to know the correct pronunciation. So yes, you can learn songs, you can learn I don't know, many ideas about the language you are trying to learn, but at the same time doesn't make any sense if you cannot communicate in this language. So for us, getting grammar and getting the pronunciation and getting the study for real the language is going to make easier the way to communicate. You can know vocabulary, but if you do not grammar, so how are you going to communicate with other people? Let's remember that it is different when you communicate with other people who has accent and maybe don't know much about the language, but it's way different when you are talking to native people, and if your grammar and if your pronunciation is not really clear and is not the correct one, that is going to make really difficult the process. Also, we think teachers are really important in this process, and the technology would be very useful to do this kind of activities. Let's remember that we are in evolution all the time, and our children are really involved in technology right now. So the most of the time when we talk about learning or studying a language and studying grammar, we are thinking about developing different specific activities like sheets and whatnot. But I would say if we support technology in this kind of process, and the teacher does a really good job about the warming up process and the explanation and how to take the students to be in contact with the language, this is going to make it easier. I think time's up.
Thanks, Gabriela.
Okay.
So anyone of you want to reject Gabriela's idea or want to raise a question for Gabriela? Go ahead.
What about my partners?
Yeah. I want to I don't know, reject or refuse the idea that my partner Gabriela says we try communicate with natives sounds as a natives. I don't know is that is exactly that she said, but we don't try to sound like a natives because we're we're with a Spanish speakers with a mother tongue, but it's really important. The important is communicate, try to explain our ideas with foreigners, but not sounds like them. Simple is communicate with the current foreign by the knowledge, the previous knowledge that we have, I think.
Um, I have one question for you. This is my reply. You said about technological resource, the role of the teacher, and this is really important. But for example, how you are going to teach a child the pronunciation of a word if you don't give a sound, if you don't have sounds or idea to teach first, how I can understand that?
Well, first I am going to reply to my other partner. I never said that we should talk as native people. What I'm saying is that grammar and pronunciation is really important to communicate, especially when our goal is to communicate with native people. When you learn English with speaking teachers, it is way different than when you learn English with native people. So it is not about sound like native, because trust me, I do have an accent and a native can identify it. So no, it's not about sounding native. It's just to get the correct grammar and the correct pronunciation. That is my point about it. And about technology, there are many resources to teach a topic. Jessica, I do get your point. I am not saying we shouldn't have songs in our class, or we shouldn't have videos to share with our student. That is not my point. My point is that we need to take the time to study the grammar and the pronunciation. And yes, to teach pronunciation, we will use songs and we will use some kind of videos. I would say the advantage with videos and song is that the student or the children or the child, in this case, like you are trying to talk about this exactly or this specific situation, he is going to remember it way easily. It's going to be easier for him to remember a song that is with the beat and he has to repeat it many times than when I am just showing a picture and ask him just to repeat it, right? So I am not saying that you shouldn't use songs or you shouldn't use videos. I am just saying that it's not only this song. You need to do both things. So we have this song to practice pronunciation and maybe get more vocabulary, but we also need to study grammar.
Okay.
I have a question to my partner Gabriela. How can you support or can you design a strategy that not be confused for students? The grammar in the grammar skills are weak, or to improve the grammatical skills for the students.
I'm sorry, I'm not really sure about your question. Will you try one more time, please?
Partner, what strategy you teach in a classroom or in as a teacher to support the lot of grammars in a classroom can not be confusion. Yes, cannot be confusion or and make a real meaningful learning in a classroom to your students.
Okay, got it. I would say every teacher works in a different way. In my opinion, as an English teacher, what I want is my students speaking English. I disagree about making many sheets per class and every week having just writing and reading exercises. What I want is listening and speaking, because not because those are the most important skills, just because those are the ones who are going to help you to, which are going to help you to communicate. So you are asking me about how to teach grammar and don't make it confused. I would say let's talk about students of third grade. Something as simple like a short conversation, like introduce yourself. My name is Gabriela, and maybe try to do something like just this simple. Everybody knows how are you. This sentence, it is very common. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the meaning. So you have kind of a role play conversation activity, and in there you can start to study the grammar. So how are you is really short, it is really simple, and you can start to study the grammar rule like wh, verb to be, subject. So I would say this is not confusing at all, and you are doing speaking, you are doing listening, you are also doing writing and reading there. So I would say as a teachers, what we need to do is just to start and to work with strategies that really help our students to communicate.
Okay,
Jessica, I have a question with the group.
okay, okay.
Talking about be a student with a level down, need immersion for learn only English, listen. How you can to do in your position for these people can learn
Uh,
having.
I can understand very well. I'm not sure about your question. Can you repeat, please?
All right, students with a down level with don't have money for going to immersion in other country. Uh, how you can get some position for these students with a level down for learn.
Okay, are you asking me how I will do if I have a student, for example, that is in another country and they have to face the country? Something like that? The
Students that
language?
not have money for travel to immersion and all
Ah,
learning.
okay. That is a good question. Okay, this is my reply. There is a need to be in other country. You can do your context with an immersion. For example, this is simple in a class. Our opinion or thinking is that we have to do that our students are always listening in English, for example, or speaking in English. It's not necessary grammar rules for the moment. It's better if we take into account that later, because we know that it's really important to know that, but first it's necessary to have a contact, and you don't need a native speaker. For example, if I have a knowledge, I can speak with my student in English. For example, using physical response. I think you know about that topic. For example, cell phone. This is to involve our students in a context. It's different if I am giving an English class, telling to them, esto es un teléfono. In English, you can say cell phone. No, it's not correct. First, it's important to interact with them, to say that in English, to teach some phrases, vocabulary, words, using methods like physical response. This is a way to involve our students, especially children, in the context, in the language.
I have question, partner.
Okay.
Partner, you consider the students studying virtual learning in English, or is this disadvantage the learning in English in virtual, or is there you recommend the students learning face to face for your practice and better for your level of English?
Okay, I think that nowadays both are possible. And I highlight, of course, our position about to be in contact and to support our idea and information of the language. And face-to-face or virtual learning could be a good idea to the acquisition of a language. For example, you later said the technological resource, songs, videos, podcasts, but in English. We are not sure about go to the platform and look for how to do present simple, how to do past simple or present perfect. We are supporting the idea to first to be familiar with the language, to have an idea. And it's not necessarily a lot of knowledge. It's to have a base, to have a short or long experience, to acquisition, to learn structure, phrases, grammatical rules. This is our point.
All right,
I do have a
partner.
question as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't worry, don't worry, partner. You good argument, but I disagree because for you, when the students learning the virtual the English, for example, I learning in virtual English in this case, all right, but I disadvantage partner because for you not need no I know haven't the person for example tutor or friend you experience or knowledge the English for, and you need the person because for you you have the feedbacks for you mistakes for you to make mistakes for your learning. For example, your grammar and you express the words. For example, you and me. Hey, Sebastian, listen to me my pronunciation. Okay, you pronounce the, for example, water. Yes, you water. I want English. All right, you very good. And for the pronounce the W, I spell all the water. WATER is good. A simple exercise for you the practice pronunciation. I mean good, but practice for pronunciation the letter. In this case, I many problems the students because for the teachers exercise the simple spiral. Hey students, spiral the words, but the students I don't know pronounce the letters. For example, how pronunciation A, pronunciation H, pronunciation Z, the letters Z, H, W, E, I, A is the difficult pronunciation. Oh, and they confuse the students pronunciation. I found similar for confuse A and I. Oh no, partner.
Okay. Okay. I will accept your argument, but this is my replic. Okay. You said you need a feedback. It's important to have a teacher. Okay, that's good. But what about the people that before don't have the opportunity to have a teacher to pay for studies, for example? What about the people who acquire a language without books, without rules? That people learned in a context, interacting. And I know people that have been learning English without teacher from their own experience. Empirical, I don't know if this is the correct word in English, but are there are people that are empirical learners. And I want to support again our idea that, for example, you were talking about the pronunciation, for example, IE, but how are you going to know what is the pronunciation of a word if first you don't hear about that word? For example, now I can use a audio, for example. I don't need grammatical rules. I don't need a book to say to my students, this word, the correct pronunciation is this. It's not necessary. It's already. Thank you very much.
All right, I do have a question for
To
you,
support,
Jessica.
uh,
May I go with my question, or Edwin is going to do his participation?
yeah,
All right.
go ahead, Bernard, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You've been talking about being in contact with the language or being in contact with the culture. How do you do that in a country where the most of people speak Spanish and your only opportunity to be in contact with other speakers is in your classroom or in your work, or I don't know?
Okay. This is an example. For example, I am going to study in the Colombo Americano. When you are in that place, your context is around English. Teachers, things that are in the room, the language, of course. And this is a context, independent of the country you are. You left there? Okay, continue.
I did get your point, but how long are you in that place? I mean, how many hours per day, or for how long? Your course is going to be for 6 months, 1 year, and you go to that place once a day. Let's say 1 hour per day, 2 hours per day. And what about the rest of the time?
Okay, that's right. But I think that you and our partners have been in a class for 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 3
hours.
And we are speaking English. It's important to have experience to be in contact constantly. I don't know if, every day listening a podcast or reading, for example. All the time, it's not possible here in Colombia, but you have a contact. And we are the proof. Always,
okay.
of course, we have to improve. For example, in my case, I need to practice. But we are learning because we have an English platform. We have English teachers. And we have to do our homeworks in English. This is an environment. This is a context. And I think that it's okay, continue.
No, don't worry. Continue you an next question for you.
No, that's all. I only.
Okay, so sorry. Partner, I have a question. I'm so sorry. You consider go to the abroad that learning fast English or no?
Learning fast. Oh, okay. Yes. It's a good question, but I think that is not the point here, because we are talking about studying or learning before study. But I think that all people have their own objectives, and I'm not sure what would be the correct answer, because it's depending of the people, of the students.
Mm-hmm. Partner, I good argument, but I disagree because for I difficulties the students go to the abroad, they learn English. Why? For example, you aspire go to the learn English abroad, yes, but it's very difficult. The beginning is difficult. Why? Because the study is not the same. It's not the same. For example, if you any concerts for the learn, the teacher is not understand for you what to say. The reason is doesn't speak a second language. It's difficult. If you, for example, you go to the abroad the oh, all right. Explanation, my tutor, the native teacher, teacher, no entendí, ¿me puede explicar de nuevo? The teacher native, what? I don't understand for you what you say. All right. I recommend if you aspire go to the abroad, learn English, I recommend knowledge or prepare and know man name know more the language or practice more the language skills. I recommend for you if you go to the abroad. No more. Thank you.
Someone else?
No more.
Okay. What about other partners?
Well, guys, I think that it's over with the debate. I really want to thank you, each one of you. You've done a really great job. Each one of your words enriched the debate. So that's really important, mainly for your skills. At the end of this session, we should, according to the agenda, conclude with a takeaway idea, a core idea, a summary, a 1 minute long intervention. When you make like a review of this experience, how you feel about the content, about the partnership. So again, let's keep the same order as we start. Jessica, you go first.
Okay, this is my point of view about this experience. It's really interesting because we have the need to speak, and I think that this is our principal or the main objective learning English. For me, it's a great idea to interact with the partners, to have collaborative ideas, to share our knowledge. And for me, it's important to have this kind of class. And I think that it could be, I forgot that word, but it's seguido. I don't know. And I feel really good. I was a little nervous because my partner, Carolina, I don't know if this is her name, pues, of course, she has a very good level of English. And in my case, I am learning, I am studying, I have to practice, I have to improve. But it is a good strategy to practice English.
Yeah. You mean Gabriela. Yeah. Johan, you're next.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for your arguments, partners. I know new ideas for the topic. I consider the many practice for more and more before understudy the English is necessary for dominate the language. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Don't worry. I'm so sorry for my nervous. I'm nervous for I speak. My English is regular. I'm so sorry, partner Jessica, partners. I'm so sorry, but I very good. I good the debate the topic, and I improve my we level of English. I many practice. I go talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's hear Joseph Albeiro.
Hello. Hello.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Hello. Yeah. I'm really very proud of my partner Jessica. She did the explanation very good. Beside that, the debate was very interesting, and I was sharing with you. And I hope that this debate keeping continuing, and I don't know how to say. I'm very happy for you speaking skills from my partner Carolina. She's living in USA, but beside that, this topic is very grateful. It's very grateful, and uh, anything else, yeah, nothing more.
Thanks, thanks, thanks. Uh, we hear your voice. Now we need to hear Edwin. We need to
Yeah,
hear
teacher.
Edwin sharing his. Go
Okay,
ahead,
teacher.
Edwin.
I feel so grateful, thankful about this activity. This is a meaningful space when we can exchange our ideas, our comments. No matter if we have mistakes, it's naturally in a learning process. It's very common, but the idea is to learn anymore and improve our skills, and taking into account the feedbacks or the other experiences of our partners. This is very grateful and very pleasure to be with you to share our ideas. It's very good for my partner Jessica, my partner Gabriela. They are two excellent students, and one day I will be like 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 hers. I think so. Yeah,
Thank you,
teacher
Edwin.
is
Thank you, thank you.
okay. Okay.
Let's hear now Gabriela. Please share with us your impression about this experience.
Thank you. I would say these kind of activities are really interesting and they are really helpful. Like I said before, speaking should be our main goal because, yes, we do know a lot of grammar and vocabulary, but what is important about a second language is to communicate. So this activity was really interesting. At the same time, it was kind of hard to me to keep going with my point or the fact I needed to debate with Jessica because I do agree about many things she said, but I was in the other side, so I had to keep going and keep going. So I think when you have to talk about something, it is not how you really feel comfortable. It is tougher than when you are speaking about something you really feel. So it was really challenging, but I had a really good time. I think Jessica did a good job sharing her ideas and the ideas of the team. So yeah, I'm really grateful and happy for this kind of activities.
Thanks, Gabriela. We welcome your words. Let's please hear now Joanny. Are you over there? Joanny,
Yes,
are you,
teacher.
right?
Thank you for this invitation. You can say me, teacher.
Yes, please. Share with us your impression about this experience. A concluding words.
This marine is very important and helpful for our learn. We can interaction with a high score in high level in English is very important. We can learn in different positions for the topic, and we can learn these spaces. We most the university college most apply for futures interactions. Thank you, teacher and classmates, for this space.
I'm going to share with you now some notes that I wrote down over here. Of course,
Please don't be
who
cruel with grades, please.
don't No, you all do a great job, and I'm impressed. You know, great teachers have the ability not only to teach but also to learn, not only to talk but also to listen. And as you, I also learned. It was hard for me. I have to recognize that sometimes I want to intervene. I want to spread my ideas, but I was in the other side of the line, so I have to contain my feelings and emotions. Um, Jessica, I want to extend my congratulations to you because you did a great job. You defend your position. Um, you have good command of the communicative skills. You show good understanding of the exercise and the content. So thank you. Johann Sebastian, are you over there? You belong to the support team. You also did a good job. You did a teamwork, and that's very valuable skill, teamwork. Nevertheless, I recommend you that you should work on your vocabulary to improve it. And sometimes you hesitate when speaking. That's my recommendation to become a better speaker, right? Joseph, you are a breakthrough learner. So you sometimes look like shy. So you should leave your fear behind and empower yourself, right? Empower yourself because you have the skills inside you. So do not feel fear.
Thank you.
Okay, Edwin. Edwin,
Yes, teacher.
you did a great job. You belong to the support team in conjunction with Jessica. You did a great job. Sometimes you hesitate, but your good pronunciation was good. Your partner could understand your points, and you sound smooth with effort, but you did a great job.
Okay, teacher. Thanks.
Gabriela, you are the benchmark for all
Thank
of
you.
us. Good command of language. You sound fluent. You are an independent user in general terms. So I want to congratulate you. Your English showed that you have a great job.
Thank you so much.
And Joanny Vargas, John,
Yes, teacher, I listen to you.
you belong to the support team. Sometimes you hesitate in your speech, so you should work on that. Sometimes you have trouble trying to organize your ideas, so your sentence. So I recommend you to work on that issue. That's kind of the general background this server can provide to you. So I also want to thank each one of you because this was a complete experience and you really did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you, teacher.
Goodbye and
Thank you,
have a good day.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Any question,
Bye
please?
bye, everyone.
Teacher, where is when is the next meeting, or I don't know, is this only one meeting, or
Just
is
one
there
minute.
any more?
Just 1 minute. As far as I know, so nevertheless, I have some, I don't know, comments on my tutorial.
Gabriela, I want to be your student.
I will allow you.
Yeah, really.
And actually,
Yes, me
I
too.
am doing my practice. Actually, I'm doing my practice with the university, and I'm having some classes with students at the university as well. I don't know if you guys get that link, but it's called Chats 101 or Weekly Encounter or Grammar Time, and I am being the teacher there. So I don't know if you guys get that information, but if you guys get it, find me so we can
The
practice our
information,
English.
the information is over the table. So please, guys,
Uh,
rescue that note.
thank you.
I'm going to hand out. So goodbye and have a good day.
Bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye.
Bye, partners.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, teacher,
See you.
thank you so much.
See you, everyone.